The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a complex and ongoing struggle between the Israeli government and Palestinian nationalist groups, primarily Hamas. The conflict has its roots in the late 19th century, when Jews began to immigrate to Palestine, which was then part of the Ottoman Empire. Following World War I, Palestine came under British control, and the Jewish population continued to grow. In 1948, the United Nations adopted a plan to partition Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. However, the Arab leadership rejected the plan, and the following year, Israel declared its independence. The 1948 Arab-Israeli War resulted in the defeat of the Arab armies and the expulsion of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from their homes. The Palestinians became refugees scattered throughout the Middle East, and the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians continued. In 1967, Israel occupied the West Bank, Gaza Strip, East Jerusalem, and the Golan Heights in the Six-Day War. The occupation led to a new phase of the conflict, as Palestinians began to resist Israeli rule. In 1987, the First Intifada, or Palestinian Uprising, broke out. The Intifada was a period of widespread civil unrest and violence that lasted until 1993. In 1993, Israel and the Palestine Liberation Organization (PLO) signed the Oslo Accords, which established a Palestinian Authority (PA) to govern parts of the West Bank and Gaza Strip. The Oslo Accords were a major breakthrough in the peace process, but they failed to resolve the core issues of the conflict, such as the status of Jerusalem, refugees, and Israeli settlements. In 2000, the Second Intifada broke out. The Intifada was a more violent uprising than the First Intifada, and it lasted until 2005. In 2006, Hamas won a majority of seats in the Palestinian Legislative Council. Hamas is an Islamist group that has been designated as a terrorist organization by the United States, Israel, and the European Union. Since 2007, Hamas has ruled the Gaza Strip, while the Fatah, a more moderate Palestinian faction, has ruled the West Bank. The two factions have been divided over how to achieve a Palestinian state. Hamas has advocated for armed resistance, while the Fatah has pursued a more diplomatic approach. In 2008, Israel launched Operation Cast Lead, a military campaign in the Gaza Strip. The campaign lasted 22 days and resulted in the deaths of over 1,400 Palestinians, including hundreds of civilians. Israel claimed that the operation was necessary to stop Hamas from firing rockets into Israel. In 2012, Israel launched Operation Pillar of Defense, another military campaign in the Gaza Strip. The campaign lasted 8 days and resulted in the deaths of over 170 Palestinians, including dozens of civilians. Israel claimed that the operation was necessary to stop Hamas from firing rockets into Israel. In 2014, Israel launched Operation Protective Edge, another military campaign in the Gaza Strip. The campaign lasted 50 days.